Now time to take you through race number 4's starting grid. It's Senior Rotax, Heat 2, Group C versus D. Pole position will be occupied by the 326 from the UK, Lachlan Robinson, Devian Host from the Netherlands alongside on the front row. Tommy van der Stroys and Kai Gillerts will be on row number 4, as we do have a problem, and that is our driver set to start at 3rd position. Van der Stroys will not take the start. Possible engine dramas there. Marshall's on hand. Austin Lee and Elia Papacena will start from row 3. Jaden Teen and Lotus Tveen will be on row 4. Lewis Gilbert and Paul Fokwemin will be on row 5. Oh, we've got another kart in the pits. Is that Papacena? I think that is. That's the 304. So the drivers due to start 3rd and 6th might not take the start. Well, Van der Stroys won't. Tobias Clausen, Luca Schlegel, Paul Christel, Sam Bergstein, Janis Stiak, Niki Gauci, Loris Koisman, Mathis Karnejak, Baptiste Schneider, Shuma Tazaki, William Christensen, Marcel Lecui, Scott Westhovens, Arthur Robin, and we've got Sverre Ubben and Zach Scowler rounding out the 26 strong. And Van der Stroys won't take any part. I think that Elia Papacena is being primed at the end of the pre-grid to be released once the field gets going. So we'll be down to Lachlan Robinson and Devian Ross to control the field as they come out of the final corner. Revs rise. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out first time. And Robinson leads the field. Devian Ross loses a little bit coming down into the opening corner as Elia Papacena is released from the dummy grid. And that's Kai Gillerts up into P2. Round the outside, that's one of the Kraft Motorsport karts. That will be Lewis Gilbert. Textbook from the man from Doloroi in Scotland. Now his grandparents and younger brother Blair are watching. Good morning, guys. As Gillerts now hits the front of the field, ahead of Robinson. 3rd, it's the 379. That's Strawberry Racing's Austin Lee as they make their way through the Piff Paff chicane and into turn number 11 at the top part of the circuit. That was Jaden Thien overtaking for P3 as they come out of the final corner. He's got Austin Lee right on his back bumper. Gillerts leads the way after the opening lap. Robinson in 2nd. Jaden Thien in 3rd. Austin Lee, Devian Horst, Lewis Gilbert, Tobias Clausen, Paul Christel, Lotus Tveen and Luca Schlegel round out the top 10. Paul Fokwemin is the eldest driver on the field at 31 years of age. Still as competitive as ever. So we'll look to get up into the top 10 and maybe slightly higher. Just over 8.5 minutes of this 10-minute plus 1 lap race to go. And Gillerts is leading a very, very big train indeed, the entire field. When Elia Papacena was able to complete lap number 1, it was 8.7 seconds. Lap 2 completed, gap between 1st and 2nd just under 2.5 tenths of a second as Austin Lee was looking for an opportunity to get past Jaden Teen for P3. As they make their way through up towards the far part of the circuit for the back straightaway between turns 4 and 5. So the field calmly makes their way through the midpoint of this technical and fast-flowing circuit. Move up the inside. That was through into turn number 7. That looked to be the 378 of William Christensen from RS Competition. Might have just gotten through on Sam Bergstein for 13th. changing positions again at turn 11 at Dunlop. But Lachlan Robinson is keeping pace with Rilets. Fastest lap of the race so far. Lotus Tveen in 8th place. She's just put in a 51.901 second lap time. She's within 2.5 tenths of a second of her teammate from RS competition, Tobias Clausen. So through into the final part of the circuit here at Circuit du Val d'Argenton. The reins were taken over by multi-time karting champion in his own right, and good to have him on site to see things happening at hand. Mr. Arnaud Sarrazin, a big thank you to him and his team for welcoming us back here once again into Western France. Lap times between the top three, which includes Jaden Teen, are within literally thousandths of a second of each other. Kai Rilets 52.066. Lachlan Robinson was 6 1/1000ths faster. And then 21 thousandths faster than the race leader is the driver in 3rd position. Austin Lee setting his personal best of the race of 52.021. Also, Tobias Clausen starting to pick up the pace of 51.936 on the previous lap for the youngster from Denmark in the 390. Metis Karnijak has now made it into the top 15, having got past Loris Koisman, the Belgian from Kraft Motorsport, in the 920. Shuma Tazaki, who's running with SSC on the Tony Kart in the 334, currently occupying 17th place ahead of Baptiste Schneider. Arthur Robin. Zach Scowler has managed to make his way up to 20th place on the road. So 5 minutes completed, 5 to go, plus an additional lap. And Rilets has started to extend a slight advantage over Lachlan Robinson. Jaden Teen still hanging on to 3rd place, as no changes, well, there is one change for position in the top 10, because Janis Diak, who's made his return, the 16-year-old from Wunstorf in Germany, who's also been running in the Porsche Carrera Cup scene, especially Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland this year, now up into 10th position. Brother of Finn Stiak, who we've seen in previous years competing mainly in DD2. Baptiste Schneider drops to 19th position behind Arthur Robin. Zam Bergstein's dropping down the order as well. He's down into 16th position as both Mathis Karnijak and Loris Koisman have got past the 318 from the Netherlands. Just under 4 minutes to go of this race to remain. And Rilets now has a lead that is almost eclipsing 0.6 of a second ahead of Lachlan Robinson. It's the Jaden Teen train in 3rd place, the 380 from the Netherlands. First took part in the Rotax Grand Finals as a Minimax driver back in 2019 at Sarno, and was on course for a victory. Unfortunately, due to a last lap incident, wasn't able to get onto the podium, but he made amends for that back in 2021 at Bahrain, finishing in 2nd position that year behind former Euro Trophy competitor from Latvia, Tomas Stolchamanis. But that gap looks to be extending again between 1st and 2nd position. So Rilets across the line, gap now just over 6.5 tenths. No movers or shakers in the top 18. Zach Scowler's now got past Shuma Tazaki from Japan for 19th position. A very difficult qualifying session for the 316. One of 2 drivers representing the Yazheat Racing Academy. The other one being Zainal Homasani in the 295 in juniors. Going towards the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds of this race. Jaden Bean just content with staying in third position. And drivers behind also just looking to get some good consistent results over the course of today's running here on Heats Day. Gillet's now again pushing the pace, and now Austin Lee is looking to try and see if he can get past on Jaden Teen. As a bit of a drama there. That is for the 3-3-4. And that is Shuma Tazaki from Japan. And that was actually down the start-finish straight. So the Japanese driver is at a standstill and won't take any further participation in this race as we head into the last 90 seconds, plus 1 lap to go. So yellow flag, so no overtaking at the final corner is permitted. And down the start-finish straight, Shuma Tazaki is all okay. Might have been a technical issue for the kart as he runs to safety. Shuma Tazaki runs to safety. And Gillet's lead now eclipses a second. Just over a minute left to go. We're on lap number 11. So we'll get probably more than likely 13 laps of total racing. Jaden Teen starting to pull slightly further away from Austin Lee, who's got Devian Hurst from Buvin Power right with him. There's Tobias Clausen in the mix in the number 390. And just behind Lewis Gilbert, that was an overtake carried out by Janis Diak on the 330 of Denmark's Lotus Tveen. So that gives Janis Diak 9th place. 2 more laps to go, and a bit of a dogfight has started to show its hand as Devian Horst really closing up to the back bumper of Austin Lee. We've got the likes of Tobias Clausen, Paul Crisel, followed by Lewis Gilbert. There's Janis Diak, followed by Lotus Tveen. So 24 out of 26 drivers now heading on to what is going to be very shortly the final lap of this race. And once more, Devian Horst trying to do something very, very special, but Tobias Clausen tries something in his own right, nearly opens the door for Paul Crisel through into turn number 8 as the 390 from Denmark. But last lap board is going to be out this time. And a warning flag being shown to the 379 of Austin Lee. So last lap is underway. Gillet's nearly has a 1.5 second advantage over Lachlan Robinson. Both are very, very calm and composed. Jaden Thien has also got plenty of air to breathe. Paul Crisel looking up the inside of Tobias Clausen going through into turn 3. Turn 4, that wasn't a possibility. As Clausen closing in on Devian Horst going into turns 5 and 6 for the final time. So it is the Devian Horst train rather than the Austin Lee train it was a few moments ago. And bit of a run wide there from Devian Horst. Nearly opens the door for the 390 from Denmark. That could have caused absolute chaos behind in terms of the fact that Devian Horst would have been catapulted back down the back of the order. But it's Gillet's that picks up the victory. Second, it's Lachlan Robinson. Third, it's Jaden Teen. Fourth, Austin Lee. Fifth, Devian Horst. Finishing fractionally ahead of Tobias Clausen. We did have 2 retirements on that race, however, with Tommy van der Stoys not even making it to the start, and Shuma Tazaki, the 334 from Japan, retiring on lap number 10. Tobias Clausen will round out the top 6 ahead of Paul Crisel, Lewis Gilbert, Janis Diak, and Paul Forquemin rounding out the top 10. Lotus Tveen in 11th ahead of Lucas Schlegel, William Christensen, Mathis Carnejac, Arthur Robin rounding out the top 15, Loris Goisman, Sam Bergstein, Baptiste Schneider, Zach Scala, and Elia Papasena rounding out the top 20, with Papasena having to start from the pit lane after sudden technical issues reared their ugly head and put the Italian into the pre-grid for the start. Marcelo Cui, Sverre Ubben, Nicky Gauci, and Scott Westhovens round out the finishers after 13 laps of racing.